Alright guys, LongHaul Larry, Big Blue, or sorry, my mind's not straight here. LongHaul Larry, and we're up here at the UP. We'll call it the cabin. Well, we're doing a renovation on this place, and we got the subfloor in yesterday, and the kitchen. Now we're working on the bathroom. And I got these all level. I got them all fixed a lot better. A couple of them were not attached very good to the floor joists. I put an extra 2x6 all the way across because some reason whoever did this had a couple of them that were just like floating, just sitting on little chunks of two. It was bad. But I was noticing last night, I was walking across, I put this board on here. And I noticed that when I stepped on one side of it, it was teetering. So I brought in my laser level and I measured off of each one of the rafters, or joists. And this one right in the center was actually an inch higher over here on the end and a ½ inch higher on this side than all the rest. So I just took I put a chalk line on it and just shaved it off with my saw and everything, and now it's nice and level. The floor will be nice and level. I got the drain connected, the pipe going over for the bathtub. That's right there. I just got the pipe sitting there right now. I'll be connecting that up final. I just have the pipe placed in there. That'd be the drain going down in there. I just have that placed in there now. Once I get the bathtub actually in, I'm gonna have to turn around and come back with and crawl up underneath the crawl space to connect the pipes. There's just no way you can do that. So the pipe is there. I ended up ripping the other part of the toilet out. The toilet pipe is cast iron, old cast iron. It had like a saddle mount thing in it for the drain that went to the bathroom sink, and it was a hose. It wasn't actually a pipe. It was like a flexible hose that they used. It was almost like an irrigation line hose that they used, and I couldn't get any fittings to tap into that to branch off to go to the kitchen sink. And so I was trying to figure it out, and I have this they don't sell this cast iron pipe anymore for sewers. So I ended up trying to take that out, and as I took it out, it all started to fall apart in my hand, so I'm glad I did that. The bottom of it was kind of like rotted, and I was trying to hammer it off. It started busting apart and everything. I had to take a chisel and get it out of there. The elbow is very solid, so that's good and strong. So I have new pipe. It's like a PVC stuff that you put in. All the new houses use PVC, whatever you call it, ABS, whatever pipe it's called. They don't use this cast iron stuff anymore because this stuff rots out and gets holes, and you don't want your poop leaking out, you know. So they all use this. So when you have an existing place like this and you need to fix it up and everything, it's actually a 4-inch pipe. And usually what they do is you cut off the pipe and then you put like a rubber band over it, so like a big rubber sleeve over top. It's got hose clamps and you can tie it into the other one. But it was all rotten and everything, and I did not want to do that, so I broke it all the way out. And I went, there's a local hardware store up here. The guy's very informative, and I've been communicating with him over the phone. And I called him first thing this morning, and I told him, explained it, you know, he knows that I'm sick and I don't want to go in there and stuff, and so I've asked him if he could help me with different stuff, and I just give him a credit card and he can just leave it outside the door for me and I pick it up. So he's been working with me, and he's very, very good guy. I like him a lot. I like this place. It's just a little small hardware store up here, but he helps people out well. But I explained the situation to him and he gave me a couple of elbows and stuff, but then the pipe, the PVC stuff fits in there good and stuff, but there's really no way to seal it, and he had this special adhesive, and it's this clear stuff. It's like a silicone, but it's also an adhesive built in one, And he said he has used that in the past where you put it on a pipe, put it in there, and then he said, you know, put some kind of strapping around it to hold it into place so it doesn't move at all while the stuff cures. And it's like a tube, and he says, and just squeeze it in there the best you can around it. And he says when that dries, it'll be like cement. That pipe will never move. He said you'll never get it back out. I said all I need to know is my poop's not going to leak out. And he thinks, yeah, he always tells me I'm funny. But he got that all set up and set outside for me, and I just swung by there and picked it all up and waved to him. It's almost like a tool time place or something like that. I told him he needs to have a coffee pot around there so everybody can come in and have coffee and talk in the morning, but he just laughs. But so we got that set up, and with doing that, now I can get a PVC 45 little joiner thing that's a lot better than a clamp, like a saddle mount, that I can actually tap in the other lines and run them up for the bathroom sink, you know, and it'll all be the right piping and all glued together and never come apart as in this irrigation hose. So just doing it right, you know what I mean? But I think I got it pretty set up now. I actually ripped the ceiling out. The main reason why is because there was a light socket, there was a light thing here, a bulb that hung down. We were getting rid of that, didn't want that, and I'd have to patch it, you know, you can do that. But then there was another outlet right here, and this is where the bathtub is going to be. And yes, I could patch that too, but you know, it's inside there and stuff. You can see actually it had a little bit of mold. I took the drywall, the ceiling off here. It actually had quite a bit of mold on the bottom of the drywall. And the reason for that is because there was no fan in here. If you don't have a fan in your bathroom, or if your fan is not operational, then you can not exhaust your steam and everything and your condensation when you're taking a shower, and that will actually develop mold up in your walls and stuff. So if you don't have a ceiling fan, you should really install one. If you know, not a ceiling fan, but a duct fan, you know, a bathroom venting fan that you could turn on and take a shower, you know, stuff like that. If yours is not working, you should investigate that and figure that out. It's pretty simple. I'm going to be installing one here. But we got this wall all taken care of. There was a 2x4 here that we took out, and I now have a spot. This is going to be the medicine cabinet that goes in. It's just a very simple medicine cabinet. It's a little bit low. If I stand up straight, you figure there's going to be a floor in here, another 3/4 inch about here. It actually kind of cuts me off right at my eye level. But I can't go up any higher, you know, and I'm pretty tall. So it's no big deal if I need to, you know, bend down, look or whatever. But it's just going to be mounted right in here. It's just a simple medicine cabinet. That's going to be mounted there. I think that'll stay. And then we were going to install a different light. We were going to put a different light in, mounted up here. That's what this wire is going to be for. And I thought I was going to have to put a junction box, but this light I don't have. But we were going to put, we bought a different light at Menards when we came up, and it had those big teardrop, you know, bulb things on them and stuff. Had 3 of them on. But the ceilings are so low in here that we couldn't mount it high enough where the bulbs would hang down, and then you would be able to open a door. So I had to kind of make my executive decision. Tracy's been in charge of the decorating, but I had to kind of make an executive decision. And we're putting a kibosh to that. And I was talking to the gentleman at the hardware store. I gotta sneeze. And he was I was explaining his situation, and he snapped a couple pictures. He snapped a couple pictures of different bathroom lights, and this was one I think that will work. And see, this can mount up here, and then you just screw in 3 bulbs. And that's why I have this a little bit lower, because the ceiling is up here. You figure the bulbs are about this big, and that way they can be away from the ceiling so they don't heat that up and heat the drywall up and, you know, kind of burn it. And they're still big enough down here that we can open this door. So I'll be able to mount this down somewhere right about there. And so that'll be mounted there. And the backing plate that goes on here actually just has 2 holes that you could put in a drywall. So I'll just drill a hole through the drywall, feed this wire up through in the bracket, and I'll just put 2 drywall holders in there, and it'll be fine. It's those holders I use, they're like rock solid. And I mean, you never touch this anyway, so it's not like you're pulling a cord on it where you're constantly jerking on it or something and you break it out of the drywall. So I'm not going to be putting an electrical box there, just going to feed the wire through and do all that. But I also needed to run all the wiring. I needed to run the wiring for that. So that was one of the reasons why I took the ceiling out. But I ran the wiring out, have it all junction and everything to the different boxes. I'm going to have a light switch over here that turns on this light. And then I'm going to have this light switch over here that is going to turn on the main bathroom fan. And it's going to be a dual switch. There'll be 2 switches on it. One will be for the light on the fan unit, and the other one will be to turn the fan on. This is the fan that we got. It's a fan and light combination, and pretty simple. If you've never installed one of these, it's very simple. It's got these little tabs on it for 1/2-inch drywall, which is what I'm putting on. And you just pick the spot that you're putting it on, putting it here, and then you just put some screws into it, and that'll hold that up there. And then on this side, it has, this is the exhaust, and what I'll do is I'll drill a hole right there and put a flapper thing out there that closes so wind can't come in, and just have a flexible pipe that'll go to it and connect. And that way when you turn the fan on, it'll take all your condensation, your steam, and blow it out of the house and keep the mold from being inside the house. Alright guys, we got our fan all mounted in our fan and light combo. You can see what I got going on here. And got the ductwork all attached. This is actually a piece, I bought a whole kit because I'm going to be putting a dryer outlet in too, and to vent out for the dryer. And this was part of it, and it was 8 feet. It came with it, so I only bought 1 tube. It was a kit, and then I bought the extra thing that mounts on the outside. And there's an aluminum tube that comes in. Got the nice hose brackets on there, all sitting up in there. And we got our deal mounted up in there for our 1/2-inch drywall that'll be going up on the ceiling here next. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm going to start putting this drywall up here. And I'm going to show you guys, it's really easy to put drywall up. The part that I hate is the mudding and the sanding, but I bought a special sander thing that should make this a lot easier, hopefully. But here's a sheet of drywall. It's this 1/2-inch lightweight drywall. And guess what? They call it lightweight. It's not lightweight. Stuff's heavy. But you can kind of see it. It's a rock material that is in between there, and it just has paper on both sides and everything. And the white side is the finished side. Now you can look at a sheet of drywall and you can see it. It kind of has like a taper here. You can kind of see like a shadow, like from right here. This is actually narrower on the edge from right here to here. That is your mud spot. That's where you put your joint compound. It's like a white paste, and you put it on like a spatula thing, a spreader thing, and you put tape on the seam, and then you go down and you spread it out. And that's how wide it is. The deal that you spread it is usually, they're usually like this wide. And you can just go down and just spread the mud right through there. And then what you're trying to do is fill in that void to cover up screws and all this stuff in the joints. So whenever you put multiple sheets of drywall up that are going to be joined together, you're going to be sitting on top of each other or whatever, butted up against each other, you always want to make sure you have this seam. So never cut it off straight. Cut it off back here with the width, and then butt up another sheet to it. Because what's going to happen is you're not going to have that taper, and it's going to be pretty hard to get a decent coverage of mud to hide that seam and everything. So you always want to make sure you have those two tapers together. You put 2 sheets of drywall. But it's real easy. This one's going to be, I hate doing ceilings, but it's a very low ceiling. So I think that I'll be able to bring it in, put it up on, kind of put it up my head, stand up, and have one edge standing over there. And the one thing is that the sheet is going to have this in it. So it's not going to be on any edge or nothing like that. So it's going to be a little tricky. We're going to have to cut that out. We'll see how good we can do here. Just had this multi-tool. It's from Works. Comes with sanding bits, cutting bits, and everything. This works pretty good. Alright. It's really not this hard. I'm at half strength here. Take a little bit more off of this one. Well guys, we're putting the last piece of drywall up in the bathroom. See if she fits. It marked it. Yeah, good enough. That's the way I usually do it with outlets. Easiest way to do it. Just press it on there and just give it a couple punches. As you can hear, Tracy's back. She came back up. No.
What?
No. I was telling people on YouTube that you're here and you say I'm the pig pen.
Telling them what?
That you're here and that you're telling that you say I'm a pig pen.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh. Sorry if that light was in your face. Pretty close. Go. Well guys, I am back in the bathroom. Sorry about that. With stuff around. Here's my issue. I have this sewer pipe. The pipe that comes out of here is a cast iron. It's, you know, older houses. It's not really older houses, but just not that old of houses. They still have cast iron pipes. But every time that you have to tap into a sewer pipe or something like that, you can't get these cast iron pipes anymore to fit in here. And the way that they used to do it is they used to put these cast iron pipes together, these fittings together, and it was like a tar solution stuff. And they'd fit the pipes together and then they put this packing material in there with this tar, and that's what would seal it. Well, the way they do it now is that they'll say to attach to it, they'll say cut off your cast iron pipe, and then they give you a rubber deal like this. And they say to put this over the top of the cast iron pipe, and then use this PVC, whatever, ABS, whatever it's called. They say to put this over the top of it and splice the two pipes together, and that's the only way to fix it. Well, my pipe was so rotten, and I'm glad that I took it out. You can see a chunk of it right here. It was just junk. So I took it all the way out, and that elbow was really good. From there down, it's really good. But they don't make anything to fit into it. So I have the pipe that they recommend, but how do you attach it into there? Well, I talked to the local hardware guy about it, and this was his recommendation. I use this Lexol, and it's a sealant, almost like silicone, except it also is an adhesive. And what I ended up doing was cleaning out the inside of the pipe, and I put a whole bunch of this stuff on the inside of the pipe. I put it on this white pipe. I roughed it up with sandpaper, and I pushed it in there, but it was still loose. And I was sitting there and going, it needs to be tighter. And I know they used to do packing, so what I ended up doing is I pulled off insulation right here. I just pulled off chunks of insulation, put it in there, and with a screwdriver, I sat there and packed it in there and pushed it in there with this stuff all in and packed it all in there really tight all the way around. Made the pipe so it wouldn't move. Made it nice and tight. And it worked. And then I put a whole bunch of this stuff on the outside and smeared it all around. Well, then I let it sit overnight and it cured. But I had a dream that poop leaked. I think it's good, but I decided to do something else. So I called my guy up and I had him give me a little jar of contact cement right there. And then I told him that Flex Seal tape stuff, but he didn't have that. He has this Gorilla stuff. And this is my idea too, just to make sure, just to double this up. Because who wants poop to leak, you know what I mean? So this is a rubber tape stuff that you can seal things up with. And what I'm gonna do is I put contact cement all over the metal pipe onto that pipe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap that pipe with this stuff. I think that might be enough. So I believe this has a backing that you peel off. Just like so. Just like so. And then what I'm going to do, make sure that it seals real good, is I'm going to put a hose clamper on it. This is kind of an idea I came up with when I was sleeping. I had a nightmare about poop leaking, and I went, no, not the poop leaking nightmare. I think this clamp is going to tighten enough. There we go. And now I'm going to put this clamp around the pipe. Here. All the way on the rubber all the way around. Yep. There we go. Well guys, I got the bathroom floor got it all completed. I am done for the day. Got the bathroom floor all completed, ready for, I built the wall here in between the laundry and the shower, in between the bathroom and the laundry room. The wiring is all ran. We've got the hookups here in the drain for the laundry, and that's all studded out, and starting to put drywall in the closet / laundry room. And I got the water heater back in. I got the propane all hooked back up. Tomorrow my goal is to get the water hooked up to it and get the bathroom sink hooked up too. Oh, that's coffee bud. And I just got the toilet mounted in. I got the sewer line all run, and it's all glued together, and I have the toilet. It is set. I have gotten it set into the floor. It will have to come back up again. There's going to be linoleum put down on this floor, so I will have to pull it back up. But I'll be truthful with you guys. Tracy's here, and she's already left. I went back to the cabin, but she left a while ago. But she's here. She, you know, it'd be nice for her to have a bathroom, so we're hooked up. I just have to hook the water up yet. I have to get a fitting that will fit there. I can cut that off, hook up to a PEX line. Kind of like this. This fits down inside there. You crimp it around there with the PEX line, and then you'll thread a hose. You know, I'll cut it down there, and then thread the hose that'll go up to the bottom of the toilet here with a valve on it. So that'll be tomorrow, and hopefully get the bathroom sink done, get the water heater hooked up. Maybe even get the cabinet in there and build this closet over on their water heater, and maybe get this water heater exhausted, and then maybe even yeah, that'd be good too. I could get these water lines hooked up too, and then I could actually turn the water on for this place too. That'd be cool. Get that going. That way I could check all my PEX connections and stuff. Did a lot of great foam today. But we're rocking here. You know, it's in the construction stage, so you know, it's starting to move things along now. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope that everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they're watching this here video. And if you're not, certainly just try that all over again tomorrow. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.